Yo, what is up, everybody? Apex Boom. Welcome back to another task setup video. This time for the Jordan 5 Off-White Fire Reds that will be dropping tomorrow. Now, as you guys know, midweek towards the end of the week is a bunch of few huge releases happening. First, we have tomorrow the Off-Whites that will be dropping on the Off-White website, Shopify sites, and I believe Nike sneakers. But don't quote me on that. And then we also have one of the biggest Jordan 1 drops of the year, the Jordan 1 Mochas. That is I can't wait. I just can't wait. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. But we're not here for that right now. We will get to that soon. So first, as you guys know, to get things started, I always want to create your task. As you guys know, the Jordan 5 Off-Whites, any Off-White is extremely limited. So it's gonna be extremely hard to get. Like, I'm just telling you guys right off the bat. I mean, a lot of you guys may already know that, but just for those who don't know that, it is extremely hard to get. So you have to think strategically and think different. You literally have to plan for your L, and you have to literally plan on how you're gonna counteract that, like what you're gonna do after the fact, not during the actual initial drop, but how you're gonna get a pair off of a restock. That's at least how I go about it, because I know it's gonna be hard, and there are other bots that really absolutely kill Shopify. So you have to think a little bit different. All right, so we're gonna go with Undefeated, even though Undefeated may drop them. They may drop them at 8 a.m. or maybe a random time, but we'll just go ahead and do it just because, as you guys know, keywords always the first thing I go for. And as you guys know, with Undefeated, they always use AJ5 instead of doing like Air Jordan 5. They'll do AJ5. So we're gonna have two different sets, like I said last time. One with AJ5 separated, and the next set with AJ5 together. So we're gonna do AJ5, Off-White. And we'll do sale. Sale. Next set will be AJ5 sale. Got to put Off-White first. Off-White sale. Actually, let's do one more. And just as you guys know, for those who don't know, I put a comma because each different set of keywords will be separated by a comma. So that's every time the bot is searching for the product, it will try all three of these keywords, and whichever one ends up hitting will be the one that ends up going through. So this is just to give you multiple chances, just in case one set of keywords don't pick up, the other one will. And then for the last set, we'll do AJ5. Let's say AJ5 Fire Red. Forgot Off-White again. AJ5 Off-White Fire Red. Dang, gotta start about it. We gotta do one more because we have to do one with AJ5 together now. Off-White Fire Red. Now you can go ahead and put in minus GS, minus PS, minus preschool, minus toddler, and all that's good stuff. If you want to, if you want to go for any size. I mean, if you don't want to go for any size, if you just want to go for the men's size. But if you want to go for any size, you can leave it like this, or you can simply just add the negative keyword. So if both the men's and the kids product drops, you'll only just pick up the men's product. Okay, now this is a bunch of keywords, and like I always tell you guys, do not use these keywords if you're not comfortable with them. If you want to use something else, that is completely fine. If you don't wait for the bot, Discord, whatever bot you're using, wait for them to drop keywords, that's fine. If you want to wait for your cook group to drop keywords, that is also fine as well. Whatever you want to do. If you want to play around with these keywords, mix them up or do whatever, hey, completely fine with me. Do whatever you want to do. All right, now let's move on. Of course, obviously for this release, there's going to be anti-bot on, so we're going to go in and select Cyborg 3.0. Now if you're using a different bot, that may be something like safe preload or human mode or something like that. Pick whatever type of anti-bot mode that your bot uses. We're going to select our billing profile. Of course, as you guys know, I always rock with no proxy on Shopify. That's just what I do. Now we're going to come to advanced, and we're going to set this to 10,000 milliseconds because that's just what we typically do, not changing that at all. You can use the share monitor if you want to, but I always leave that turned off. Now, required login, of course, you have to sign in to Undefeated or you won't be copying anything. Just go ahead and put in your password, and then you'll be good to go. Make sure you have your credentials entered in correctly to make sure everything goes through smoothly as possible. Now from here, you just want to create your task. As you guys know, I literally only like to make one task for Undefeated because I don't know if they're able to flag or pick up when multiples of the same account is signed in at one time. So just in case, just to be safe, I only make one task. Now if you have multiple accounts, then you can go for as many tasks as you want to. For example, you have 5 accounts, do 5 tasks. I mean, even if you're comfortable with doing multiples on one account, that's completely fine. This is just my personal preference on what I prefer to do, because as you guys know, Undefeated, they even like to cancels. Even if they hypothetically cop, they can end up canceling it at any time, at any given day if they want to. So please keep that in mind as well. That's why I try to be as safe as possible when it comes to Undefeated. I also forgot to mention sizes. If you want to go for a particular size or sizes, of course, you guys should already know, but if you don't know, if you want to go for one size, you just put in that one size, size 8. But if you want to go, for example, a size 8 and a size 10, and well, if you're fine with the size 8 or a 10, because those are hypothetically money sizes, you'll put a comma and then put size 10 in. So that way when the bot's running, whenever the product picks up, it'll try to go for either a size 8 or a 10. Not both, but either or. Now, number of tasks, we're gonna leave that blank because as you guys said, no, as I said, you guys just say nothing. I'm about to say it again. As you guys know, I'm only using one task, so we're just gonna leave it as that. Now, this is our task for Undefeated. As you guys know, make sure to start your task about 10 minutes before. 10 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I am fumbling today. I am fumbling so hard. Do not start your task 10 minutes beforehand. Start your task 5 minutes beforehand with a 10,000 millisecond delay. Please make sure you drop it to around, I'll say around 3,500 to 3,000 milliseconds, around 1 minute to 30 seconds before the drop goes live. Make sure you do that. All right, now we have Undefeated, and like I always say, you guys, these are task setup videos. These are setting up your tasks. These aren't for like sites or what sites confirmed or anything like that. This is just hypothetically what could end up possibly dropping. Now let's go on to Kith now. As you guys know, keywords may or may not work with Kith, so it's always best 100%. No, I won't say that. I'll say 98% of the time to use an early link. As you guys know, I don't have early link right now, so we're gonna go with keywords hypothetically on Kith. Do not use keywords on Kith. This is for just 10 a.m. sites that are dropping. All right, now since we're on Shopify sites that are dropping at 10 a.m., we can be a little bit more broader with their keywords because they're not as strict about it as Undefeated. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put in Air Jordan 5. Let's say off-white, sale. And like I said before, if you want to use negative keywords, minus GS, minus PS, minus TD, minus I can't think of nothing else right now, so we're just gonna leave that as is. You can go ahead and do that. That is completely fine as well. So that's our first set. Now our second set would be Jordan 5, Air Jordan 5, off-white, fire red, minus GS, minus PS, minus TD. Oh wait, actually I am forgetting, minus infants. Let me go ahead and put that in as well. All right, there we go, boom. So as you guys know, these will be our keywords, and like I said before, if you're not comfortable with these or want to use a different set, that is completely fine. I recommend you guys to double check with your cook groups or whatever bot Discord you're in, just to make sure that you're comfortable with the keywords before going with these, or even if you want to sort of mess with them or get them even more specific, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and turn off login required, because as you guys know, the only 10 a.m. Shopify site that requires login is Concepts. But Concepts may or may not drop them. But keep in mind, if you're gonna run for Concepts, that you have to be logged in as well, or you will not cop anything. All right, so everything just about is literally the same for the Undefeated setup to Kith, or let's say you want to go for a Shoe Palace hypothetically, or DTLR. And I'm just saying these aren't sites that are going to be dropping. I'm just saying hypothetically, if you want to go for a different site, we have our 10,000 millisecond delay. Boom, we have that all entered. Now, literally the only thing left to do is, now since these are off-white, let me go ahead and actually take that out, the sizes. Literally the only thing left to do here is, since we have Cyport 3.0 already enabled, which is the anti-bot countermeasure for NSB, hit submit, boom, then we have our task. Now, as you guys know, On Kith or any other site, you could try to nudge a little more when it comes to tasks. So I would say at most go for 2 tasks with no proxy. And the only thing I would say, keep in mind that when you're going to do this, it is very important that you drop your delay to 3,500 milliseconds, because you have 2 tasks on the same proxy. So if you drop it any lower than that, there is a chance you may end up getting your IP temporarily banned. So to avoid that, please just try to leave it at 35 milliseconds if you're going to run more than one task. Me personally, I'm going to be running one task because that's just what works best for me. That's what I'm fine with when it comes to solving CAPTCHA. Everything is smooth sailing, so that's just what I do. Keep in mind that your delays are important. Now, if you have, let's say for example, X amount of ISPs, like 25 ISPs, and you make 5 more tasks, that's completely fine. You can drop delays as long as you want to, but it's mainly for your no proxies. You can't really mess around with those, because once those are done for the time being. Then you just have to wait for them to refresh, or for you to not be unbanned anymore, and that will be after the release, after you take an L. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you guys, I believe that pretty much wraps up this video. Let me just show you guys how I would go about using proxies if I were to go for even more tasks. Let's say I would literally only do about 5 tasks max when going for Kith or any other 10 a.m. site. So something like this. But as you guys remember, keep in mind this release is going to be very, very hard. So you have to plan very, very strategically. Plan for taking the L and bouncing back. As you guys saw in my last off-white video I did, I took an L, but I decided to keep on running anyways. I ran for restocks, and literally about 3 or 4 minutes later, I was able to hit a pair. I literally raised my delays. I did not drop them. Some people asked me what if I had to solve CAPTCHA or anything like that. Nope, CAPTCHA was already solved. I was just literally just waiting for the restock. So I literally just kept my task running the entire time. Keep that in mind when you're going for this drop. That's going to be very, very crucial. And even if you want to use the share monitor, that's completely fine, since this is an off-white release. Is going to be very, very limited. Just make sure your keywords are extremely specific, or you're going to be picking up a bunch of BS, I promise you. So keep that in mind. I wish you guys all the best of luck tomorrow. Let's cook out tomorrow and this weekend. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I will see you guys then. Deuces.